You've got your new Mac, it's fresh out of the box, and you're ready to make it look aesthetic. Or you've got Old Faithful and it's just time to change things up a little bit. Either way, this video is going to be a complete tutorial on how to make your Mac look aesthetic. The video is kind of long, so I've split it up into two parts. Once you get to the end, you can click on the link on the screen and go right to part 2. But we're going to jump right in and start with the tutorial. The first step in our process of making our Mac look aesthetic is to find the pictures that we want to put on our desktop. There is no better place to do that than Pinterest. So as you can see, I am on Pinterest and I know that I want to have a boho aesthetic for my desktop. I want the deep greens, the tans, the muted oranges. I have an idea of what I want. So what I did was I went to Pinterest and just started looking for the boho aesthetic and looking around and gathering the pictures that I want. I created a board on Pinterest just for my boho aesthetic, and I'm just going through and finding pictures that speak to me and adding them to my boho aesthetic board. And what I'm going to do is, after I find all of the pictures that I want, I'm able to look at those pictures in a group, see which ones fit the mood that I want, get rid of anything that doesn't fit that mood, and then I will take all of those pictures and copy them into a folder so I can use them on my wallpaper. I've got my boho aesthetic Pinterest board set up with some pictures that I just randomly selected that fit the boho aesthetic. So I'll just scroll through so you can see what I've got here. And these kind of give me the vibe that I want. And I'm going to take these over into Canva to help me build my wallpaper. But you can kind of see the boho vibe that I'm going for. And these mood board type pictures like this one right here and even this one right here are going to be big helps in Canva to help me get the color schemes that I want and get the board or the wallpaper designed the way I want it to look. But you guys can see what I'm going for. A really warm boho type feel just to give me a really calm mood on my desktop. That's what I'm feeling today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the pictures that I want from here. I have a finder window here with the title of boho aesthetic, and I'm just going to start dragging pictures over there so I can use them when I go into Canva and start making my design. Okay, I think I have all of the photos that I want to start with, and I also know that I can grab some more in Canva because I have Canva Pro and they have a large selection of photos over there as well that will fit the aesthetic. So this is a good amount to start with. We're going to use Canva to design our desktop wallpaper. I am in Canva Pro, but you can also do this in Canva Free. I'm not sure how many templates you're going to find, but I believe you can do the same thing in both versions. What I like to do is start off by getting some ideas. If this is the first time you're designing your wallpaper or you haven't seen one, you won't know what Canva has to offer or what your options are. So what I like to do is start out by getting some inspiration. Canva makes that very easy, and we're going to start off by clicking on the Create a Design button. And we're going to find some of their templates, so we're just going to type in desktop wallpaper. And it's going to pop up. And you can see that the size for the template in Canva is 1920 by 1080. Now this might not be the right size for your laptop wallpaper, but right now we're just getting some inspiration, and then we're going to go through a step where we figure out the size the wallpaper needs to be for your laptop or your desktop. So we're just going to go desktop wallpaper. And then Canva is going to give us a lot of templates over here on the side. And you can see there are tons to choose from. And what I like to do is just go through, eyeball them, and just kind of pick out some that I like because I'm just making a file of ideas. And then I'm going to pick and choose different items from the ideas that I found and create my own. But I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that. So this one looks interesting to me. So it's a calendar, which is pretty cool. I like that it has a slogan or space for a slogan. I like the tones. You've got 2 pictures, place for notes. And then these floating shells are kind of cool, where you can have text in here or put your icons on here. So I think that one's kind of cool. So I'm going to keep that one. And then I see this one right here, which is pretty cute. So you can see how it gives you the flowers or the greenery. You see it gives you ideas. Canva has the tape graphics or whatever. I like the background. I like the ripped pages. And you see this is kind of an organizer template where you can put to-do lists, notes, one picture. I like this. So definitely some pieces from this template that I might want to use. Then I'm going to go through, and I'm really just putting on anything that catches my eye. And you can see, like, I might pick this one, and that might be just a nice plain screen, but I think I'm going for more of a boho organizer vibe, so I want a little bit more on the screen. And if I don't like this one, I can just hit the undo button and keep looking. So just scroll through, and I'm just going to go through and put some options on the screen. So now you see I have a file that has a lot of different options in them, and I might create more than one wallpaper. And I've got files that are going to give me different vibes. I've got some that I think will fit good with the boho vibe that I want. And then I've got some minimalist vibes here. I chose this one because I like the sticky notes and the tags. And in both of them, you can change the colors of the sticky notes, so that might be useful in my design. I like the flowers here or the leaves. We've got some calendars that we can use. Picture spots. Kind of like this one, really basic with a nice quote. I might do something like that. And I've just got different options. This one, the Polaroid picture, the scraps of paper. I like all of that. I think I really like this background that might go with my boho theme. I'll have to give it a test. And then I got some fun and playful ones because I do have some ideas, not for this design, but for some cute ones that will go with my It's a Vibe type of shop, which is the fun and bright color pinks and pastels. So I might do something with these. So I want to keep these in my idea file. So again, I like to just have an idea file. I see some rainbows that I want to put in my idea file before I go. And just going to leave this here. And I'm just going to give this a title. And this is just my desktop wallpaper idea file. Okay. Now we've got some ideas. So at this point, we can start designing our desktop. So the first thing you're going to need to do is know how big your image needs to be. And in order to do that or find that out, you're going to have to go on Google and do some research. Now, I did a lot of research for mine. For right now, I'm designing for a 16-inch MacBook Pro. And it took me a while to find the size that I needed, but I did some tests. So I already have a template ready for mine. But let's say you had a 13-inch. So a MacBook Air 13-inch. And I think I was searching resolution. And then you'll start seeing things like 5120 by 2880. And then another search I was doing was screen dimensions. And see here, we're seeing 2560 by 1600. So you'll just have to do some research and try to find the dimensions for your screen. And then another thing that I would do is after I got those dimensions and went into Canva, so I'm going to leave my idea file open. I'm going to go back to this window where it's my Canva homepage. And when I create a design, then I'm going to go here to custom, and then I'm going to put in those different resolutions. So if this said 2560 by 1600, when I go into Canva, I would put 2560 by 1600. I would hit create a design, and then it would give me my image size. So that's how you would do that. So for me, just to make sure I'm designing on the right size, I'm going to go in, and I had a file, a template file. So mine should be 3456 by 2160. So I'm going to go in and make that. So in the width, I'm going to put in 3456, and the height, I'm going to put 2160, and then create a design. So now I'm designing in the right size for my MacBook. And so for this tutorial, this is where I am going to stay. So I'm going to call this tutorial. And I like to put the sizes on here. 2160. And of course, I forgot already. 2160. No, 3456, 2160. So 3456. All right. So now I have everything set up. I have my space and I have my file named, and then I also have my idea file over here where I can copy and paste. So at this point, now we're just going to start designing. Now, we know we have pictures that we want to use. So now we need to bring those pictures over into Canva so we can start working with those. And then from those pictures, we can get our color schemes together and all of that. So what I'm going to do is go over here to my tutorial file. I'm going to go to uploads, and then I need to pull in my pictures from Pinterest that we saved earlier. Okay, so I'm going to switch windows so you guys can see my files. And now that I'm here, I am going to go into my boho aesthetic folder, which we created earlier. And then I have all of the images that I took from Pinterest. And all I'm going to do with these images is drag them over into this download section of Canva. So I am just going to start by highlighting everything. And I'm going to drag and I'm going to drop. And then you'll see my pictures coming into Canva. Now, just a good best practice, you guys know that when I dragged them over from Pinterest, they didn't have really good file names, and I'm just pulling them over and I can visually see them. But if you upload files into Canva and those pictures have a file name, when you search your uploads, you'll have a better chance of finding what you want to find. But in this example, I really just want to get the pictures over here. But as you keep Canva for a while, you'll notice that you'll have a lot of uploads over here, and you may want to go back and find those things. And it gets hard if your pictures are not named properly, so Canva can't really help you search for them. But that's just a good best practice. Nothing really to worry about in this tutorial. So now you can see I have all of my boho aesthetic pictures. Before we get deep into our design, I want to show you a really cool feature that Canva has that will help you while you're designing your wallpaper or if you're working on any type of aesthetic project inside of Canva. And I know I've never really seen this in any tutorial, but I haven't taken a lot of Canva tutorials because I just kind of picked it up and started using it. But this is something that I think is that might be overlooked, and I want you to know because it's going to help you while you're doing your design. Now, we have all of our pictures here that have the right mood and tone for our wallpaper. I'm going to pick a few pictures and I'm going to show you something really cool that Canva does. I'm going to pick her. I'm going to pick this mood board picture because I remember telling you that it's going to be important because it has kind of the color schemes that I need. And then I'm just going to pick another random one. I'm going to pick this one because it's interesting and I just want to see what happens. Okay. And then I'm going to go to just elements and I'm just going to throw a few, maybe 2 squares on the screen. And really, I just want to see, I just need some elements on the screen that Canva can colorize. So what Canva will do is take the colors out of the pictures you have on this canvas. So I'm going to click on this picture. I'm going to right click on it. And then I am going to go down here to apply colors to page. And if I click on that, you'll see that Canva will take colors out of this picture and put them on the page. It's chosen a background. It's chosen this gray from her background in this square and this brownish tan kind of color, right? And this is just what it's going to do randomly the first time. I'm still on this picture. I'm going to right click again and I'm going to say apply colors to page. And you see it's going to change it and give me an entirely different color scheme based on that picture. And I can do the same with all of my sample pictures. So now I have a very pretty array of greens here, another background. If I do the same thing on this picture, it changes, gives me different colors. Same thing with this picture, apply colors to page. It went pretty light on me, apply colors, nice tans. So you don't have to figure out what colors or look for hex codes or do any of those things. Canva will find the colors from your pictures. Now, here's another cool trick. If I go here to text, and I'm just going to put any text on the screen. So I'm just going to pick that, all right? And I'm going to try to grab it and slide it out of the way. And now from this text, I'm going to hit this A right here, which is the text color, and I'm going to click on that. Now this is going to bring up my text color palette. You can already see the document colors up here. These are colors that's already on my palette, but I'm going to scroll down and you can see I have the photo colors here. So even when I'm adding my text, I can pick colors that come from the photos that I have active in my piece of artwork. So I can go to this brown, this looks like a black, I can go to this green. So I don't have to worry about trying to find the colors to use for my text and for my items or elements that are on the screen. I can use my pictures to kind of automatically pull those in. So again, if you want to see the photo colors in the text palette, all you have to do is scroll down and it's going to pull the photo colors from any of the photos you have on the screen. And if you want to colorize the palette based on a photo, you click on the photo, right click it, and hit apply colors to page. And you see how it will just change them for you. And then I could go to this text and say, hey, with that dark background, let's go there or go there or go there. So you can see it's easy to find the right colors. You don't need any hex codes or anything. So I just wanted to show you that before we started our design, just so once you start putting your elements on the page, you can pull in the right color scheme. And I'm going to start just playing around and making my design. I have no idea where I'm going with this. All I know is I have my idea file over here. I may pull some elements from over here And then once I get them here, I'm going to put the pictures that I want in, and then I'm going to ask Canva to colorize it for me, apply those colors to the page, and I'm just going to go and play around with it until I get something that I like. So I'm going to start right here, but as you can see, there are tons of designs that we can make and it doesn't take that long. You can get something basic or simple, drop items in from Canva and just play around with it. And then once you get a design, colorize it in different ways so you have different versions. So I'm just going to go through the different ones that I designed because I can never decide on one design. And then I usually just use them and see which one I like the best, or I change things up. But on this one, Get Things Done, you can see I have place for school files, work files, personal files, and notes. And then I have a calendar in here. And this one I didn't use any pictures, just pretty basic shapes and minimalist elements, and just drop things on the screen. And I might add more things, take things away. But this one's pretty basic. And I did it in 2 colors. And you saw how I just dropped a picture in, said apply colors to the palette, and it would change, and I just stopped on one that I liked so I can get a lot of different versions. And then on this one, I've got a place for stuff, so any type of files or folders you might want to put over here, and file and folders are the same thing. Folders, apps you might want to put right here. You've got a calendar, you've got a nice quote, and then some pictures. And then I've got this one that's really not an organizational wallpaper, but really centered on the photos and scrapbook style. And you saw that I went and grabbed a nice quote that I wanted, something that I might want to see that might be inspirational, and put that over here. And this is in my boho theme. And then this one allowed me to do a little bit of both, have a lot of photos and have places to put folders, notes, and important things, and have a calendar and have a nice affirmation, I am enough. So you can see just what you can do with these. And then I've got this one in 2 flavors of colors. And then even in this one, I can go to the different pictures and change the colors whenever I want them to. And if I was going to use this for the entire year, I would go and find different calendars in Canva. Canva already has them put together. You can just go find them, copy and paste them, and pull them in, and maybe do one for every month of the year, and maybe change the color based on my mood. It might go Christmassy. You can do whatever you want. Christmas, when the fall hits, I might want to go to fall colors, get away from my boho theme and go to more of a fall theme. But there's so much you can do with this, and it's not hard to do, and it's pretty quick and easy. So that's how you can create your wallpaper. The next thing we'll do is we'll take this wallpaper and we will put it on our laptop. I hope you're enjoying the tutorial so far. Leave me a comment and let me know how you like it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit bell notifications so you get a notification every time I drop a new video. But now let's move on to part 2. All you have to do is click on the video on the screen to move forward.